Good afternoon and good morning or good evening. Praise the Lord to you. Pastor Harshley, just want to take a few moments of your time to talk about something that's very important with respect to our church and our community, and it is with respect to our in-person worship. And as we know, in December and into December, 1st of January, we really, as a community and really worldwide, ran into the surge of the COVID virus in the form of the OMICON variant. And so we just hit with an onslaught of illness with respect to that. And as a result of that, I felt that in an abundance of caution that we should put a pause on the in-person services until we got some sense of really how serious the this newest surge is or was. And just to be careful. That's really how I would say that. So we had, as we all know, most of us, we saw many family, friends, other people that had contracted the COVID Omicron variant through December, January, and even through February. And so we wanted to be safe. That's really how we would say we were operating. We pulled back, and I'm very, very concerned, obviously, as the pastor, about the safety of our congregation. And it's ultimately my responsibility, I feel, to do all that is possible with respect to engendering a safe environment for us. I have to sleep at night, and I don't want the burden of a preventable illness or death on my conscience or mind. So we're going to do everything we possibly can. And if I'm going to err, I'm going to, I think, generally err on the side of caution with respect to the health and safety of all those who are members or attenders here at Grace New Covenant Church. And so we've been monitoring it. Situation, the virus and the positivity rates, the hospitalization rates, all those as well. And so the rates were very high in January, 30% positivity rate. Now it's in St. Louis County, now it's about 20%, maybe a little less than that now, but that's the general area. Anything over 10% is very high, according to CDC and the standards of the various local governmental health agencies. So we're still very concerned about the possibility of serious illness, hospitalization, or death for the unvaccinated. Every reputable source that I've been able to access indicates that it is our unvaccinated brothers and sisters that have had much worse health outcomes with respect to COVID when it is contracted. And so not only are we concerned about the unvaccinated, but we're concerned about so-called breakthrough vaccinations, or infections rather, for the vaccinated. So we really have to remember that COVID is not a flu. It's not a cold. It is a potentially deadly disease, and so that's something that we just have to realistically face. The numbers are thankfully getting a little bit better and trending to lower levels, and I'm hoping and praying and believing that they will continue in that direction. But as we are here today, I'm recording this at the end of February. We are still in the red zone. We're still in the red zone, and but we've been meeting with the COVID team here at the church, and strictly, as I said, monitoring the community situation, safety protocols that have been made by the CDC and other local health agencies, and we've concluded that we believe we can initiate a relatively safe, phased-in person services again. And so we want to talk about how we want to do that. We will obviously continue the web stream, the streaming services as collateral to the in-person services, but we do believe we can reinitiate in-person worship. And so we will do this in the following manner. We'll reinitiate in-person worship for the following persons. First of all, those who have been vaccinated. Those who have been vaccinated. And by vaccinated, I mean you've gotten one of the shots, one of the COVID vaccination shots. You don't have to have had all of the shots, but you have started down the road toward full vaccination. So if you if you were to receive the Moderna or Pfizer, if you got the first shot and you're waiting now for the second shot, you're good to go. We think that attendance would be fine. If you've got first and second shots, or waiting for the booster time period to expire or pass, you're fine with that as well. If you've had the Johnson & Johnson one shot, and now you're waiting for, I think it's 2 months for the booster shot to be administered, that's fine as well. All we're saying is if you've had a vaccination and your intention is to go forward and receive all the remainder of the vaccination that's part of that protocol, then we feel that your attendance is certainly is not detrimental, and so we welcome you to come and be part of the service. All right, as long as you're on the road, that's the terminology I'll use. As long as you're on the road to full vaccination or are fully vaccinated, then attendance is fine. That's for the vaccinated. For the unvaccinated members or friends, you are welcome to attend if you have a negative COVID test within a 3-day period prior to attending the worship service. So if don't have vaccination, but you get a negative COVID test out, whatever form you choose to receive that or do that, in home or at a facility, if you have a negative COVID test within a 3-day period prior to attending worship services, that's fine as well. So to make sure you understand the timeline, so if you're going to attend on a Sunday service, then you would want the test no earlier than Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday would be the third day you could do that. So you could get a test Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, and you could attend. If you're attending on a Wednesday night Bible study, you can get the test Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, and you'll still be within a 3-day window of attending. So we want you to keep that in mind. This is what we're doing during this, what I'm going to call the red zone of COVID, and particularly the Omicron surge. We're hoping and believing and asking the Lord that this surge will dissipate and it will lessen, and at that point we will be able to pull back on some of the stringent requirement that I'm just mentioning now. All right, our goal and objective here is to lower the risk of COVID transmission here at the church. It's just that simple. We're not trying to make we're trying to make the church as safe as we possibly can, and that's nothing more and nothing less. We're not trying to make any political statements. We're not trying to make any statements about those who are vaccinated or unvaccinated. All I'm trying to do is ensure a safe worship environment here at the Grace New Covenant Church. I'm asking all of us to be very kind. We are anyway, but please don't give the COVID team workers, those that are working here as you come in, a hard time. I want to be pleasant, be cooperative, understanding, and be a good saint. These saints are doing this as volunteers. They're not receiving any pay or any compensation. They're just doing it to be a blessing to the congregation as a whole. And don't grumble and complain. So let the fruit of the Spirit just flow through yourself as you come in. And I do want to thank the COVID team for the extraordinary, wonderful job they have done for us as a congregation with respect to ensuring our safety. The Lord has blessed us throughout from the time we have the COVID surge has hit us in March of 2020 up until now. And when we reopened in October of 2021, the COVID team has, October 2020 rather, the COVID team has put in place some things that have kept us safe. And I'm grateful for that. And so we want to abide by the standards that they've put in place that have helped us so far and continue on with. So, as I said, my personal belief and hope is that the surge of cases from Omicron will pass, maybe in the next month or two. Not sure. We don't know. We can't predict that, but I'm hopeful that'll be the case. And as I said, when that happens, we're going to continue monitoring the circumstance, and when it gets better, we can pull back hopefully on some of the standards we put in place now. And I want to mention one other thing with respect to the COVID testing. For the unvaccinated, if you wish to donate a COVID test to the church for the benefit of someone, that would really be wonderful. I personally am intending to do that. I've ordered the in-home personal COVID tests from the Postal Service. I think I'll receive 4 of them. I think I'm only going to use one or put one aside for when I need to use it, and the other 3 I'll donate to the church. So if we have someone who wants to come and they don't have access to all the vaccination kits on a weekly basis or whatever the case may be, and they want to come, we as a church can help one another. We can help one another, so we can help our brothers and sisters. So we'll have you contact the church secretary, Sister Andrea, on Tuesdays through Thursdays, and we coordinate how you donate those kits if you want to do so. Also, as a church, if we're able to buy some kits to put aside for those who want to come, we will do that as well. What I'm really saying, I hope you get this understanding, is that we want everybody to come. We want everybody to come who wants to come. We want you not to be limited in your ability to attend in-person service. All right. With respect to the children and youth, I want to make a note with respect to how we intend to handle their church attendance. For those, and when I'm speaking of children that are in school, elementary school, secondary school, elementary school up until, I'd say up until fifth grade, secondary school is sixth grade up through graduation from high school, or high school rather. We will follow the same protocol that the schools and the school districts are generally following in our community. And what we are seeing is that by and large they are enforcing a mandatory face mask wearing policies. So that's what we'll do here with respect to our children and youth. We're not requiring vaccinations. We encourage that, but we're not requiring it. And so as long as your children have a mask on, and a good mask, they're welcome to attend service as well for us in the 711, but also in 709 for the various Christian education department classes that we have there. They can attend as well. So that's the policy with respect to our children and youth. So we want them to be able to engage in in-person service as well. All right. Beyond that, obviously, we'll keep in place the CDC protocols that we've had since October of 2020, sanitizing, hand washing, distancing, 100% indoor, mask wearing, just as you see me teaching and preaching with a mask on. We'll continue to do that. The singers will be singing with a mask. Everything we've done before, we'll continue to do that. Encourage everyone. I encourage you to, if necessary, upgrade your masking. All masks are not created equal. Some of them are just sort of a knit, and they don't have a lot of layers between them. And the better ones are cotton ones, or better ones are perhaps the surgical mask, or even above that, the N95s or N95 derivative. If you need to do that, please do so. That's not just for church services, but wherever you are, particularly when you're a group of people. It's wise to get an upgraded mask and have something that really fits on your face, covers your nose, covers your mouth, and doesn't leave gaps in between your face and the mask itself. So that's important in terms of what we do. My greatest concern is for the welfare, spiritually and naturally, of all who attend this church. And we take responsibility for the safety of God's people that are coming here. I want us to be safe. I want us to have the joy of the Lord, and I want us to lift up His name and worship Him. But at the same time, I want us to be safe and to operate in wisdom. So I want you to govern yourself by these announcements. Please spread the word to others. And we believe that God's going to help us to go forward in a marvelous way. We love you so much, and we want to be safe. And we look to see every one of you. This new policy will kick off for the first Sunday in March, and it will continue until further notice. But that would be Sunday, March the 6th of this year. And so we want you to come ready, and we'll go from there. We'll say one other thing earlier also about the prayer service on February 28th. In that service, we also will follow the new protocol that I've just laid out here as well. But the services begin on Sunday, March the 6th. And so we want you to come and bring your friends, bring your family, and we're going to lift up the name of the Lord together. All right. God bless you. Thank you so much. Amen.